One more time for Governor Jan Brewer. Wow, are we blessed. So as we get moving here, the next person I'd like to introduce you to is somebody that you heard his story. He's from here in Arizona, and it's one of those heart-wrenching stories. And I'm going to let him tell you the story. Carl Mueller, you may remember Kayla Mueller, who was kidnapped and killed by ISIS. And today, Carl is here to speak to you. So let's welcome Carl to the stage.
Well, good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank the Trump campaign for inviting me to speak here this afternoon and speak on behalf of the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Now, I was just informed last night of this extraordinary opportunity to speak at this rally. With so little time to prepare, I don't have really much to say, but I felt that I would be remiss in my duty as an American if I did not take this opportunity to be a part of the change in the world I hope to see. I am the father of Kayla Mueller, the 26-year-old humanitarian aid worker who was kidnapped by terrorists in Syria. Kayla was held for 18 months. She was imprisoned and brutally tortured, both physically and mentally. She was held in solitary confinement for long periods of time in small spaces where she could not even lie down. She was beaten, raped, and killed by ISIS. She watched as 18 other Western hostages were released through negotiations by their governments. Kayla's body has never been recovered. We understand that the last 5 months of Kayla's life were spent as a personal hostage to the self-proclaimed Caliph al-Baghdadi, and that her treatment during that time was as horrific as that suggests. Kayla displayed an extraordinary sense of compassion and willingness to be a voice for those who suffer. She had a unique blend of disciplined mind and a generous heart. Kayla graduated with honors from Northern Arizona University in 2.5 years with a degree in political science. She studied international affairs with a special interest in the Middle East as well as world religions. Kayla planned to go on to graduate school in an area that promoted peace, religious freedom, and the relief of suffering and injustice. But first, she wanted to learn directly from the people who were most profoundly impacted by the political, economic, and social structures we collectively support. In 2011, Kayla wrote, "Here we are, free to speak out without fear of being killed, blessed to be protected by the same laws we are subject to, free to see our families as we please, free to cross borders, and free to disagree. We have many people to thank for these freedoms. I see it as an injustice not to use them to their fullest." Kayla believed we each had an individual responsibility, but her hope was in our collective action, and used her voice to call out to the world. We communicated directly with ISIS by email many times. We put all our faith in our government to help us get Kayla home. They told us every time we spoke that they were doing everything they could to bring Kayla home. We truly feel we had many opportunities to save Kayla, as evidenced in our many emails with the hostage takers. In our desperate efforts to save our daughter, we pleaded with the administration to let us do what was needed, but they refused and blocked us from doing what we needed to do many times. It's time for a change. The failed foreign policy that allowed ISIS to gain power in the Middle East cannot continue. We cannot afford another 4 years of the same failed policies. It's time for a change in Washington, D.C. We need a leader who will take a stand, not follow the same tragic path, a leader who will defend this nation, its Constitution, and its people. I don't know about you, but I find it refreshing to hear a candidate running for president speak his mind, not worried about political correctness. Not making decisions on their political aspirations or the influence of big money. Yeah, making decisions from the heart as well as the mind, decisions made for the good of all people. I have voted, and I have voted for Donald J. Trump. Yeah, I encourage all of you to do the same. Yeah, it's up to all of us, Democrats and Republicans, to make America a greater place to be. Thank you.